Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope so everyone is good and enjoy in your life. Today we are discussing about the very important topic of commerce, the wholesale trade. In this video we will discuss that what is the function of the wholesaler, what is the wholesaler and what he will perform for the manufacturer and for the consumer. So what is their responsibilities and what are their functions? We will discuss all these things in this topic. So wholesaler is the person who purchases the good in bulk in large quantity from the manufacturer and sell in small quantity to the retailer, a small shopkeeper. Now we discuss the function of the wholesaler, searching out source of supply. So basically a wholesaler has a specialist buyer who are in very close contact with the market and who know the various source of supply. Buy good in bulk from the producers or manufacturers in the hope that he will able to resell them at profit. So basically the wholesaler is the person who is very close with the market. He get exact customers need and want, and according that he can contact with the different manufacturer who is expert in producing good. He purchases a good in bulk in large quantity from the manufacturer with that intention that he will sell them with purpose of earning profit. Risk bearing. The wholesalers make his purchase based on up-to-date and reliable information on the likely taste and preferences of consumer. He anticipates demand. So basically the person who can get the idea about exact customers need and want, and according that he will give the order to the manufacturer that produce the good in the particular quantity. So that's why he can bear all the risk of losses if the anticipated demand is not met, and if the product are damaged or supplied or stolen. Basically all type of risk are on the shoulder of the wholesaler. If the goods are not sell out in the market, then the manufacturers will never accept the good, because manufacturers just produce the good on the demand of the wholesaler. Next function is that warehousing. The wholesalers store the good which are purchased in advance before they are distributed to the retailers. The wholesalers grades, sort, pack in the warehouse. So basically the wholesalers can give the facility to the manufacturer. Manufacturer produce a good and then he send it to the wholesaler's warehouse, and from the particular warehouse wholesalers divide the good, pack the good, grade the good before it delivered to the retailer. Breaking the bulk is the next function of the wholesaler. The wholesalers break bulk or divide the good bought from the manufacturers, and then before deliver it to the retailers he will divide it into small quantity, and according that he will deliver to the retailer. Delivery. Provide transport for the good from the supplier to suitable depots. So basically he purchased the good in bulk in large quantity, so he give the transport facility to the manufacturer that whenever the good are produced, then wholesalers use his own transport system to carry out the good from manufacturing factory to his own warehouse. The next function is finance. Wholesalers finance the retailers by allowing them extended credit, and he also give the money in advance to manufacturer. He gives the money in advance, and according that manufacturers produce the good, and he also give the credit facility to the retailer that purchase the good from me on a credit basis. When the goods are sell out, then you pay the money back to business. How the wholesalers serve the manufacturer. That is very important key. Services to the manufacturer. The manufacturer is relieved of the risk of expenses of storage. It means that the wholesalers give a warehousing facility for storage. So manufacturer just produce the good, and then he receives the good, transport the good from manufacturing place to wholesaler depots. So it means that there is no need for the manufacturers to store all the good. The next thing is cash flow problem for the manufacturers are reduced, because to manufacturers wholesaler give the money in advance to the manufacturers for production of goods and services and relieve of the cost of marketing the good. Sometimes a wholesaler gives a facility to the manufacturer that do not advertise the good. This is its responsibility to advertise it. Services to retailer. So what type of services the wholesaler given to the retailer? Buy in small quantity. It means that wholesalers break the bulk in small quantity and deliver the good to the retailer in small quantity, and the retailer headache is removed because he purchased the good in small quantity from the wholesaler. Cash flow problem of retailers are reduced. So there is no need for the retailers that he pay the money in advance to the wholesaler. So his cash flow problem will be removed. A wholesaler gives the facility to the retailer that purchase the good from him. Right now, sell the good and then return the money in small amount whenever this is sold out. Relieved of preparing the good for resale. It means that all type of packing is done by the wholesaler in his own warehouse, and retailers get free from this headache. And relieved of risk and expenses of storage. It means that as we already discussed that wholesaler give the facility to the retailer as well as manufacturer that he has managed all storage by their own warehouse instead of retailer or manufacturer warehouse. So the retailer also get free from the storage of goods and services. A wide choice of related product at warehouse place. At wholesaler place, there are large variety of goods available from different manufacturers. So it is very convenient for the retailer that he order the good to one wholesaler. Benefit of low wholesale prices from cash carry wholesaler. It means that wholesalers sometimes give the facility of discounting prices to small retailers as compared to cash and carry wholesaler. Now there are concept of large scale retailing where the manufacturer, retailer or consumer go to one stop shopping and purchase the good, but they cannot offer a low price discount as compared to the wholesaler. Now we discuss the similarities and differences between the large scale retailers and the wholesaler. As you remember that there are different type of large scale retailing. We discussed the multiple shop, departmental store, multi-chain store, and the company, a shop where large quantity of goods available to sell directly to customer. But wholesaler is the person who sell the good in small quantity to the retailer. Now we discuss the differences and similarities between both of them. The similarities between wholesalers and large scale retailers are both buy in large quantity directly from manufacturers and sell in small quantity with a view of making profit. Both employ specialist buyer who are very aware of market condition and sources of supply. Both store good in bulk because of their own warehouse. Both break the bulk in small quantity. Both provide transport for good and from producer. Both bear risk of losses should demand fall, shortage of expectation, and so on. When buying from producer, both pay cash or generated only short-term credit. Now we'll discuss the differences between the wholesalers and large-scale retailers. Large-scale retailers only sell the small good to consumer, but wholesalers sell in small quantity to the retailers. Large-scale retailer does not provide credit facilities to the consumer, but wholesalers can give the credit facilities to the retailers. Services to the consumer tend to rather impersonal, especially true in case of self-service retailers. It means that a large-scale retailer not give personal advices to the consumer, but the wholesaler provide the information services to the retailer about the market condition, and he will inform the retailer that how you have to sell the good, how you display the good in their shops, so customer easily catch the product and purchase it. Large scale retailers may undertake branding and advertisement with their own name, but wholesalers does not brand the good. Wholesalers just sell the good on the behalf of the manufacturer. So large scale retailer does not provide delivery services to the consumer, but wholesalers provide delivery services to the retailer. From wholesaler warehouse, goods are delivered to warehouse to retailer shop. In that way, wholesalers provide transport facilities. Large scale retailers generally premises suited in town center and has a high running expenses, window display due to window display and other expenses are there. Premises do not need to be in center of the city. Goods do not need to be attractive display because wholesalers not sell the good to the consumer. He just sell the good in small quantity to the retailer shop. Why wholesalers has been eliminated? Now we discuss that in which circumstances and which condition and situation we don't need wholesaler. First, widely advertisement branded good. Manufacturers just advertise the good at large scale. Now the customer get the idea, so they have to prefer to go to cash and carry warehouse or shops, large scale retailing shops where they purchase the good. Large scale retailing or concept are there. Sometimes manufacturers they have their own outlets, so there is no need for the wholesalers. Nowadays there are too much improvement in transport system and communication system, better communication system. Now manufacturers directly sell to the good to the market, so there is no need for the wholesaler. Now discuss one by one. Nationally advertisement branded good. Through advertisement in the mass marketing, mass media, manufacturer is able to create, capture as well as maintain the market for his own product or brand. There is a little need to depend on the wholesalers to find buyers for his product. Large scale retailing, the establishment and popularity of large scale retail outlet like the multiple and variety chain store which have the financial and technical resources to buy in bulk direct from manufacturers have contributed so the decline of the wholesaler. Improvement of transport system and communication facilities. The improvement in transport and communication have made it faster and easier for the producer and manufacturers to deliver good to and contact to many widely scattered retailers and even consumer directly. Now we discuss that where the wholesalers has been eliminated. The same concept is there. Large scale retailers, mail order firms, chain store, departmental stores have found it more profitable to buy in bulk from the manufacturers, where the goods are only produced on small quantity due to the occasional demand when the goods are high technical. In that scenario, when the product is very high technical, in that scenario there is no need for the wholesaler. Manufacturer directly sell to the good to the consumer, sell them under their own brand name through the own retail outlet. In that scenario, in that condition, there is no need for the wholesaler. The manufacturers may appoint the manufacturers may appoint part-time agents who sell the goods to their own friends through demonstration. The manufacturers may appoint an agent to sell his product for him as he want to retain some control over the agent. Now we discuss that where the wholesalers still needed. In foreign trade, a commission agent or some other mercantile agents or middleman is still needed, for he has the experience and contact with the overseas firms cannot do with it. So it is very difficult for the manufacturers. Then when they have to go to deal with foreign trade, they need an agent, a wholesaler, a merchant who is expert in other country environment, retailers, and other thing is there. So there is need for the wholesaler. So manufacturers prefer a wholesaler instead selling their own good by their own self. Where the producers are mainly small scale producers who are scattered over a wide area, it is not economically for them to distribute their good themselves. It means that when there are large number of small manufacturers and they are in different area of country, in that scenario they will prefer to hire a wholesaler who purchase the good in bulk from them and sell in the market. Because if they try to sell the good directly to the retailers or consumer, then they are very difficult to sell them in that particular way. where the production is seasonal and irregular in quantity, and where the product is not standardized in quantity, quality or size or board or weight, it becomes very difficult for the producer to sell the good directly to the consumer. The small retailers do not have necessary financial and technical resources to buy them producer. So it is also very important point. When a small retailer do not have enough resources in shape of capital, then because manufacturers need the money in advance to produce the good in bulk, so small retailers prefer to go to the wholesalers instead buying directly from the manufacturer. Thank you very much. I hope you understand the concept of the wholesaler, and in that way you have to understand the basis of wholesaler, their functions and their responsibilities, what type of functions they have to perform, and what type of facilities they give to wholesalers and retailers. I hope you understand it, the concept of wholesalers in detail. See you. Thank you very much. Take care.